thanks for stopping by. Finally, after 5 or 6 months, DJI has released the much anticipated Waypoints 2.0 feature within the DJI Go 4 app. Now, there are third-party apps out there that have been at the Waypoints game for probably 3, if not 4 years, so DJI has a ton of work to do to catch up. So let's see how they did in this first iteration. Alright, so there's basically 2 reasons why you would want to use the Waypoints 2.0 feature. The first is that you want to make complicated shots simple. And the second reason is that you want to make these same shots repeatable and the same type of shot every single time. Now there's also 2 ways to use the Waypoints feature in general. The first way is to set this up pre-planned ahead of time. Using the Mavic 2 Pro, have it connected to your controller. The second way is to do this while you're in flight, set up the waypoints in the air so that you can get that perfect shot every single time. So today what I want to focus on is that second option. I'm going to do this in flight. You've probably already seen a lot of videos about the basics and the tutorials about how to do this. But what I want to show you today is how to get those very complicated shots and get those complicated shots perfect every single time. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the Mavic 2 Pro, put it up in the air, and I'm going to make my waypoints while in flight, and I'm going to shoot through this gap in the trees above me. And what I'm going to do this in reverse. I can do this manually, but I can't do this manually without having all these kinds of micro adjustments and corrections as I kind of go through the little hole in the trees. And just so you can see what I'm looking at here, I'm looking way off in the distance there, and I'm kind of going to shoot down through this little hole right there. That'll be a nice little reveal shot in reverse. Alright, so I've got my obstacle avoidance disabled. That's another good point to note here. I'm going to go in from normal mode into waypoints. I'm going to click on my screen here. I've already got the camera oriented the way I want it. I'm going to mark my first waypoint there by clicking the C1 button. And then I'm just going to go slowly back manually. Micro adjustments, just kind of going back and trying to get it a perfect line shot. There's lots of tree limbs back there. They're not all together. They're kind of, spaced out. Going to keep on kind of going back there. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, I'm pretty much as far away as I want to be, so now I'm going to tilt my camera gimbal up. And this is something that I could not do kind of at the same time while backing up. So I'm going to put my second waypoint here. That's number 2. I'm going to go back into my map, cancel out of the tips, and I'm going to hit save. Task saved successfully. And that is all you got to do to it. So now I'm going to zoom back in, flying over the trees this time. And I'm going to come back to my home point here. Okay, so this is kind of where I took off from. Go back into my map, and I want to make sure this isn't going too fast. So I'll go up here to edit, route settings. Yep, see how it says cruising speed is 15.7. I want to slow this down to about 8, just in case. Hit that. We're going to hit go. Already set to arc and start. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit record while it gets into location. So as you can see, Waypoints is a very powerful feature to create those more difficult shots. For this type of shot, you'll still need to fly the shot manually first. However, the Waypoints feature will smooth out all of those micro adjustments, leaving you with a smooth, linear shot that you can work with much easier in post. The Waypoints feature also takes into account how I wanted to end the shot to be framed. you'll notice the camera comes up just a bit to the finish. This is something that I could not do at the same time while flying backwards through the risky canopy of the trees. Pretty cool, right? So here's a couple of additional shots that I took around town, all with the exact same 2 waypoint type setup. The possibilities are limited to your imagination. With waypoints, each shot can easily become a 3 or 4 axis shot: forward, descending, yaw left, camera rising. There are endless reveal type shots you can create as well. I would suggest making your waypoints further apart than you think they should be, and also slow down the cruising speed to 8 miles an hour or less. This will help the viewer to be able to follow the camera movement. Another benefit is just being able to keep visual line of sight the entire time instead of looking at your controller. So what about you? Have you tried using the Waypoints feature for getting some of the more difficult cinematic shots? I'm interested to hear what other ways you guys are using the Waypoints feature, so drop me a comment below and let me know. Alright guys, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hey.